In the beginning, life was only the crust, sea, and wind. The land was at peace, content with its natural place. But after 1,000 years, the tide started to shift. The oceans attacked the land, moved by tempest, which gained its power from the moon itself. The land was a tough foe, but next came erosion. The erosion of the land created new sediment. Sand formed around the shallow seas, and dirt was carried in the atmosphere all over the world. From the dirt, the sun gave birth to life. First came the trees, and then, as the legends say, came the animals. One man and one woman emerged. The man, Verigan, the woman, Johrdi, began to establish a kingdom to fill the world. They had 2 children like themselves, 2 children short and burly, and 2 children tall and slim. These children would go on to create the humans, the dwarves, and the elves, the main inhabitants of our world. Many generations passed. Castle Ross had been built by the humans for their king, Verigan VI. This castle caused turmoil between the races and resulted in the birth of the great dragon, a terrifying creature whose skin was as solid as crust, with bones even stronger. The dragon is said to have received its strong will and moral compass by eating a chunk of unearthly stone. The stones landed in this world as an apology for the conflict between crust and sea. The dragon's silhouette can still be seen by all every 28 days. Elves felt betrayed by the unnatural state of the world and left for faraway lands, settling into thriving, thick forest under the supervision of Thalion Leaf. The dwarves left for the east, sick of humanity's lust for precious stone and metal. The kingdom attempted expansion into dwarven land. The dwarves, having had enough, followed their elder, Bjernik, who was able to slam his hammer with enough force to warp the world itself. They burrowed deep into the ground, making vast cities beneath the rock. These cities are what we now know as mountains. Dwarf and elf became scarce, and generations later, a great plague fell upon Rossborough. It peels skin from bone. Many magical beings were infected, limiting the world's magic to this day. It killed thousands, including the great dragon, who'd previously sworn to balance man with nature. It is said that a powerful man close to the king had secretly created this disease to reclaim the land for himself. But the plague weakened his spirit. His whereabouts are unknown to this day. The kingdom disbanded. Its treasures were looted and carried away to far-off lands. Some say King Verigan XII's greatest cabinet members still reside deep in the decayed chambers of the castle, leaving hints of something far beyond treasure. Could it be bones of the great dragon? More stone out of this world? Or maybe the legendary hammer of Bjernik, which was used to engrave the dragon's silver scales with emerald and gold. Nowadays, the Sultan's steel members are the closest thing this land has to a government. With a building on the outskirts of the 3 villages, but they are more of a trade bureau than anything.